What's up, guys? Joe Trades here. I'm gonna make this longer videos as opposed to a bunch of short ones because TradingView doesn't like that. So here is my market overview for the morning. I was looking at DIA yesterday for a short. I never actually got in, but I was considering it. With all the other indices looking strong to me, I kind of missed this pattern here. So I want to show you. It was basically an anti-pattern, pullback, and then consolidation into here. And then when you look on here, it's close to an anti. We don't have a really strong downtrend in the longer term EMA here, but there is consolidation and there's definitely potential to short just below here. Obviously that happened. I was looking at SPY and I was long here and I didn't realize it's the same pattern. It's just consolidated. And so that they got me yesterday. I was basically long a couple of days ago and never really reduced any risk here. So that's unfortunate, but look for patterns. And here's another example of like patterns. So if you look at these three bars and across many different markets, you'll see the same pattern. And that lets you know that there's some strength in that pattern, right? So these three bars are exactly the same. Now these ETFs are sort of related. One is European, I think one is developed markets. So there's that, but there's times where, and DIA was an example where different stocks will have the same exact setup, and I was seeing that yesterday early in the market. Another example of that, and these are related stocks, is Huntington Bank. You can see it here, and then look at like PNC, right? These are related, but and then the bank index looks exactly the same with that U. So these are related, but again, when you start seeing these patterns outside of these, well, first of all, it lets you know you're going in the right direction if you see these patterns in related markets. Especially if you see them in unrelated markets. Now you know there's a given direction of a general market, and you can try to find what similarities these markets have, maybe trade an ETF or something like that. Anyway, let's get into the plays today. So here is WY. It is setting up for a short here. I don't think I would take it. The measured move from the first leg is not I mean, it's a decent amount away. Like if I wanted to, let's frame this really quick. If I wanted to get in just below here, I can get a 1-to-1 on that. Maybe I'd take that, depending on how liquid it was. And this one here, I really like this one, MRVI. Another pullback right to the EMA, forming nicely. This bar is a little scary because it is forming against all of this from the bears. But I think it has potential to run at least to a 1-to-1. MDL, this one is again a little tight, close to the measured move here, so I probably would not take it. ANLY, this is a huge move down on this pullback. Oops, let me get off the screen. I don't know if I'm going to take this one. I'll probably fade this one. Let's see, this is today too. This one I was looking at, I think it would be a short candidate if we can break below the low of this bar here. Yeah, I think this would be a good short candidate. CCI, I do like this one for a similar play. Maybe below this bar or below this bar to continue this short pattern down. Yeah, so this is just another pullback. I mean, we're at this tail end of this short pullback. I was thinking if maybe we get a bar forming inside here, you can short just below, maybe tomorrow or the next day. But I would probably fade this. This goes into that same category as like VGK, those same three bars. Where was it? It was this one. That was Crown Capital. Oh, it's this one here. Yeah, so those same 3 bars. SoFi, I was sort of thinking we have a high 2 here, a breakout doji. But it's just after earnings. They did beat earnings, so maybe we get some earnings drift on this, break through, and kind of just slowly make our way up. That's a potential. This was a couple days ago, so that's it for the pullbacks. There were a lot of antes today. So speaking of pattern recognition and where a lot of patterns look the same, this is area. So if we look at Abbott, here's an anti-pattern. We have a sloping, slower EMA, and then the run against it on the faster EMA. So a short just below here is probably a good entry. We didn't see much strength from the bulls. If I had to measure, sorry for all the noise. If I had to measure, a leg maybe down here, that seems pretty far. It's only 20. I don't think you're gonna get that full move, but the other option is here, which is closer. So I don't know. You can also measure this leg just like this. So maybe that's more realistic. I think that's a good target. I would shoot for a 101 first, obviously. Affirm, another one setting up really nicely. Anti already set up, but we have an inside bar here, so we can short just below this inside bar. I think this is another really good setup. Showing strength by the bears. Again, if I take that full leg, that's a pretty big move, 17-point drop. ADP just had earnings. They were good, better than expectations. It did set up with a beautiful ante, but it also had this huge spike of a bar. So I don't know if this is something that we want to trade for an ante, but it is available. I probably would fade this. This looks like the DIA consolidation that we talked about. Let's go back to DIA really quick. Let me delete these, all of this really quick. Look at this formation of these bars here. And then let's go back to this. It's the same, just more exaggerated, very similar in pattern. The ante already happened here, but I think you can get short just below here. Maybe below this bar here. And then I take a measured move of this, because this is almost like a double. Oh my God. Or maybe not. This is like an inverse head and shoulders. So if it breaks down, I think if you can get back down to like 95 as a measured move target. You can also take the measured move of this bar here, which is already paying out, and maybe that's why there's profit taking it. But there is an ante set up here. If you take it, that's up to you. Same thing. You see pattern recognition again. Same idea. And this ante already formed, but again, you could take measured moves down, look to get short, maybe just below this bar, maybe just below this bar. This is technically a second entry short. 1, failure. 2, so it might be a good bar to get into. Here, I'll be keeping an eye out for this one. I do like the setup. And then here, again, I really apologize for all the noise. It's very frustrating. Here I was thinking Walmart is kind of forming into that, but not exactly. Here HPE had the anti-form, it blew up, never made this top again, and then just pulled down quickly. So maybe get short just below this bar, and then you can take a measured move probably from here as like the overall target. CCJ, this is today too, another ante that formed, it fell right through. Might give you an opportunity, it's a little late, but might give you an opportunity to enter, maybe on a limit order or something, like halfway up, or I don't know. Just an idea here. Broadcom, same idea. So we have this ante formed, right? Like it's not a huge slope, but we had this pullback, and it sort of already formed and dropped through. But again, if you want to take it, it's possibly there. This stock is not very liquid, but I decided to put it on here because it looked really good, and I didn't have a lot of setups earlier. But again, downward slope, and then run against it on the faster EMA. So potential to short. I'm actually going to delete this because I'm not going to take that at all. Kim, we talked about this the other day. We had the 1-to-1 on it yesterday, all in one day. And then now we have that, again, breakdown, that consolidation setup. Huge bar in our favor. Never made the double top, so a lower high double top anti-pattern here. A great short candidate. I really like this. As far as macros go, you are trading against macros, but sometimes those take time to play out, so not worried about that. BSX, not the greatest, sort of wannabe anti-pattern, but I put it on here earlier because it was one of the few that were available. So those are the trades today. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and good luck and good trading.